Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial of 30 days of code in C++. So in the last video we saw day 0 and day 1. Today we'll try to cover up operators and intro to conditional statements. That's day 2 and day 3. Okay, so let's jump right in. Let me close this tab. Okay, so operators. So here basically we have been given an example of meal cost. So basically you had food in a restaurant and there was a tip percentage and there was a tax percentage. So the original meal in the original meal cost, the tips and the tax weren't added. So but we've been given the percentage of the tip. So from there we can find the amount of tip and the amount of tax. Alright, so if you want, you guys can rate this by pausing the video or in the challenge itself. So here I would like to point out a mistake that they did. It's not a huge mistake, but they did it. Okay, so I want to point it out, this one. So tax, they actually are supposed to put here 12, but they put 20. As you can see, the calculation just doesn't add up. But if you put 12, then 12 eights are, then it's 96, then divided by 100, then it's 0.96. So that's something where they went wrong. Hacker rank, that's not right. Okay, so there was a mistake here. So we've been given the percentage of the tip, and then from there we can calculate using the meal cost how much amount of tip or tax was there. So the amount was actually 2.4. This is the simple calculation. I believe obviously you guys understand this. And we have the amount of tax, then we have the total cost, which is meal cost plus tip plus tax. That's 15.36. But what we want to do is, have they mentioned it up here? Okay, so they haven't. We want only the integer number. So we are going to use the round function for that. We don't want the 0.36 thing. We don't want its decimals. We just want a integer number. Yeah, okay, so before going towards the code, I've already done that. So here in the function we'll be requiring, I guess, 4 more variables. One of them will be tip amount, one will be tax amount, one of them will be the meal cost, and these 3 variables we have to add to the 4th variable, that is the total cost. So yep, here it is. Then we can just jump right into the code. It's very straightforward. This main function has been given by them. This is just the input function, and this is just our solve function. The meal cost is a double. The percentages are of course an integer type. Okay, so here we have defined our 3 variables. Fortunately, mean cost is already defined here, so we don't need to do that. And here is our basic calculation. We want to calculate tip. The tip is equal to the percentage of tip multiplied by the meal cost divided by 100. I've written it this way. If you are finding it hard to understand, you can write a tip percentage divided by 100 into meal cost. But then this is okay too. Then we just add them and we use this round function. This is an inbuilt function which we use. So basically if your number is 5.3, it will return you 5, but if your decimal is greater than 5, suppose it's 5.6, then it will return you a number of 6. Alright, so let's just run this code and check it. I'm going to run this here. Yep, the sample case 1 has been satisfied. The sample case 0 has also been satisfied. Okay, so I guess that's it for day 2. I would like to mention this mistake that they did again. For a minute when I was trying this assignment, I really got confused that whether my math is so bad, but apparently the guys at Hacker Rank aren't that good either. Okay, so day 3. Our day 3 code is intro to conditional statements. So what we have to do is, you can read out this later or just you can pause the video. we have to create a few if and if else statements where an integer n is being taken, and according to the given conditions we have to print whether number is weird or not weird. Okay, so if n is weird, if n is an odd number we print weird, and if n is even and it lies between 2 to 5 we print not weird. And if n is even and inclusive range of 6 to 20, which means that 6 and 20 will not be included. And if n is even and greater than 20, we print not weird. Okay, so let me just check it out. Okay, so here are the constraints. Oh, I guess I made a mistake. You can try it out later, greater than or equal to, or just greater than or less than. Alright, so print weird if the number is weird, otherwise print not weird. Wow, that sentence really explains itself. Okay, so we've got a little sample input and sample outputs. So here's our code. This entire thing is what I have written, the rest is been given already. So let's just go to the code. Here I have found that if the number is even or not. So basically the method that you find whether a number is even or not is that you divide it by 2, and if the remainder is 0 then the number is even. If not, then obviously the remainder is 1, in which case the number is an odd number. So alright, here we are just checking if the number is odd. If it is odd, yes, here the number will be odd, then we have to print weird. If the number is even, the if statement won't run, it will go here. And even here we are checking if the number is even, and these are the conditions that they have given us. I have written it in this way so it's a bit easier to understand. You could just write like n is greater than n, 2 is greater than n greater than 5 in this way. So that will print not weird. And similarly we have another even number with another condition, and another even number which has n greater than 20, which will print not weird. You could however try this method. Suppose n is our variable and equal to c question mark a, then the rest of it. So here c is a condition, so if the c condition is satisfied then the value of the n variable will be a, and if c is null or no, and if c is false, or if the c condition doesn't satisfy, then the value of n will be b. Alright, so this was the entire code. Let's just run it. Yep, we have completed the sample test 0 and the sample case 1. Let's submit our code, because during the submission there are more sample cases which they try. So if you just write 2 of them, the code will run correctly, but when you submit it and if you haven't written the exact requirements, then it won't pass you the challenge. Alright, so we have all of our test cases successful. It's hidden. I don't want to unlock my answers, but they are correct, which costs me 5 hackos, and I have, I guess, how many of them do I have? Where do I get to see them? Oops. I don't know how many hackos I have. Apparently I saw it here somewhere. Doesn't matter. Yep, I have 154 hackos. Alright, so that's it for day 3, intro to conditional statements. I'll be posting the next challenge tomorrow. So alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe it. Comment down below if there were some improvements or if I made some mistake in this tutorial. And like and share this one. Also, I make gaming videos also, so you would love to check that out. I recently made an intro video too. Check it out on my channel. That's it guys, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.